course, Chad Green. But I think the key tonight is how Euclid can utilize Rashawn Jernigan. If he has a big night, then Euclid has a very good chance of having a good night.
Well, it's all here. It doesn't get any better than this. So John and I will be back to introduce you to the starters right after this timeout.
Word is there's a new team in town. They're into solving mysteries. We're talking major detective stuff. And this other team member is simply unbelievable. They're kids, they're smart, they're totally cool, and they always stick together. Oh yeah, and when they do the word thing...
Ghost Rider!
Well, you've never seen anything like it. Hit it!
You what's up? Listen to my call. There's a new show coming just for you this fall, and it's Ghost Rider. Yeah, the name has a ring, so get with the program and do the word thing. Music is hot, Ghost Rider team is cool. They solve mysteries at home and in school. So, come on, kids, join the team, because everybody's excited and do the word thing. There's no question. The answer's yes. Ghost Rider is the word on PBS.
Watch Ghost Rider right here on this station. Get with the program.
Watch Ghost Rider Sunday at 6. Northeast Ohio's high school football station is WVIZ TV 25.
Welcome back to Sparky DiBiasio Stadium in Euclid. The snow has stopped, but the cars are still trying to get in. There's probably 8,000 cars out there. They said it was going to be a sellout. A sellout at Sparky's DiBiasio Stadium is about 8,000 people. The man who knows about the size of this stadium is John Tellett. We won't talk to him about it, though. We're going to say
Let's talk to
hi
Ron.
to Ron Wolfley, who's our guest commentator from the Cleveland Browns, whose fame is in special teams, but has become famous being a blocking back out of
The Wham
short
Man.
yardage.
I'm so proud of it, too, I'll tell you.
Well, Ron won't have to worry about this Sunday afternoon in Houston. He's going to be nice and cozy in this air-conditioned dome stadium.
Trying to breathe as the smoke settles in the dome.
37 degrees here, wind about 10 to 15 miles an hour, and that is now coming out of the southeast. And the snow flurries have stopped. The field, though, is a little wet, but really, the 10th game of the year, outstanding condition. The officials for tonight's game, they're going to have their hands full.
And let's take a look at the gentlemen that are doing the job today. The referee is Fred Shirley. Dan McLeod is your umpire. The linesman is Bob Moran. Mr. Stazar is the line judge, A.J. Stazar, and Chuck Brown is your back judge tonight. 5 outstanding individuals keeping things in order here at Euclid.
And Mentor in the white and gray, the white jerseys. Euclid in the blue and gold Michigan colors. Euclid won the toss. They've elected to receive. Mentor will kick off and defend the goal to the south, and that is to the right of your screen.
We've seen plenty of returns for scores from guys like Jernigan and Pearson, so watch out tonight. Mentor will have to beware.
Well, I'll tell you, the Euclid side is just about jammed. They're starting to get on their feet. They need this one. They want to try and make the playoffs, but Mentor has to have it to make the playoffs.
Exactly.
Look at Mentor's kicker. He's getting ready to kick the ball and bone somebody. Look how big that man is.
He's got Wolfley's instincts at heart, right?
Yeah.
He looks like he's a giant out there.
He's 6'5", 230.
Well, there you go.
Bobby Hallen.
Considered one of the top offensive linemen, particularly tackles, and he's the outside tackle for them on the unbalanced line in the greater the northern part of Ohio, and the players to watch.
We just saw Tom Bank, who started his career as a high school football player not far from here at St. Joseph High School. He played for the legendary Bill Gutbrod at St. Joe's. Later went on to coach against him when he was at Lake Catholic. Coming to Euclid, 8th year, he's had an outstanding record with the Panthers. Doesn't hurt to have a Robert Smith or a Pepe Pearson or a Jernigan, too, to run the ball for you as well.
And we'll try and match them up. Swib kick. It's picked up at about the 30-yard line. So Euclid The players highlighted in yellow are returning starters. Their offensive backs are Mike Yursich, a quarterback, Pepe Pearson, Adam Reichman coming in and being a fullback. And then we'll have Rashawn Jernigan and Kevin Bremer. The offensive line are Sass, Torzuski, Lucas Thompson, Shemp, and Steve Zahersky. In the I formation, a pitch back, and it's going to fake to Bremer, wide open, and a completion to Jernigan.
Well, Mike, that's as snazzy an opening a high school game we've done this year. Let's take a look at the replay. Bremer is number 10. First of all, the pitch to Pearson. You got to respect him. Bremer takes the handoff from him. Now, Jernigan, do you cover him man-to-man? Do you double team him? He's obviously way alone here in the secondary. Big play for you.
And Euclid is sitting at the 20. Chad Green was defending on that. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 deep into Mentor territory. That's got to hurt your morale-wise. This goes to Pepe Pearson, and he picks up about 5 yards, gets to the 15-yard line. The Mentor defense is the front three is Chris Luoma, Craig Ortag, and Dodero. The linebackers are Boyle, Cottrell, Kirschbaum, and Scons. The secondary Stetter, that's Brandon Stetter, Wilson, Derek Stetter, and Chad Green. It's going to be a 2nd and 5. And line of scrimmage is going to be the 15.
You will see Green just play Jernigan if he's split wide. He is now.
You're sick again. Hands off to Pearson. And he is buried. Boy, there was no room there. He lost about a yard. Good defense by a Mentor, especially Jason Massey.
Once again, you saw Luoma come into the spot vacated by the lineman, but then he cleans up on the play. Good defensive play by the Mentor Cardinals.
Big 3rd down possession with 6 to go at the 16 for Euclid. And split the far side. That's Bremer, who's the backup quarterback. And hand off to the fullback. No, not loss was Mike Yursich as he rolled out on the option. Jason Cottrell, the linebacker, was in there to put a stop on him. Good defense by Mentor. That big play worked for Euclid.
They haven't been able to do anything since. And watch him crowd the inside and take away. Had he given the dive there to the fullback, there would not have been that much for him offensively. He's not known as an option QB, though. Yursich is a drop-back kind of passer.
3 receivers out, 2 to the near side. Yursich looks, throws, and a little miscommunication. Going deep was Bremer, and going wide was Yursich. Is not happy with that. A lot of bad routes.
And he threw a floater, gang.
That's Jernigan you see there.
He was covered well.
Could be that he was unhappy with the receiver, possibly. Maybe the receiver did not run the correct route.
Well, Mentor takes over for the first time in the ball game from their own 16. The defense has held Euclid. That's got to be a morale booster for the Cardinals. The I formation again. Chad Green, tailback option, cutting it inside, and picks up a couple of 3 tough yards. Jason Beatty, the quarterback. The offensive backs and players highlighted in yellow are returning starters. Jason Beatty, Chad Green, Dave Thompson, Don Pastori, and Jeremy Beatty. They are twins. The offensive line is Boyle, Bramchek, Ardent, Hardy, Bolzicki, and Hallen. The right side of that line is huge. Unbalanced. When you get a wide shot, you'll be able to see the unbalanced line. There it is. The I formation, they go to Chad Green, puts his head down and gets to about the 19. The defense of Mentor, or Euclid, stops him. Brian Peoples, the nose guard, is right there. Defensive line, you're going to look at Reed, Peoples, Thompson, and Peterson. The linebackers are Reitman, who plays fullback, Cantini, Jordan, and Burkett. And the secondary is Bigham, Brenner, and Stool in the secondary. And it's a 3rd and 6 now for the Cardinals.
And they've moved Green outside.
Rolling out, Beatty. Get some time. Thrown a little bit behind Brian Boyle.
Well, the way Menor has been offensively this year, gang, with 3,300 yards rushing, this is a night for them, but they're trying to cross Euclid up. Euclid wants to crowd the line of scrimmage and take away Chad Green's explosive running, and looks like they both want to win it through the air tonight.
Jason Beatty, I'm sorry, pardon me, John. Jason Beatty, the quarterback. He's goes in the end zone.
Got it
And
out.
great job, got it out. And it hits the 40, and it's going to be down at the 41. Super
Fantastic
job by Jason Beatty. Good all-around athlete, and kicks it out of the end zone.
We were talking earlier about the athletic skills of Jason Beatty. Jason, as a sophomore, he's a senior now, but as a sophomore, he was the conference high jump champ at 6'5", so showed great athleticism, getting to the ball, having the presence of mind to know that he would still be able to get the ball off, and he does, and that was a clutch play by Beatty.
That's one where the, I'm sorry, Mike, that's one where the center just looks between his legs and goes, mother!
Don't finish that for us, Ron.
Most high school kids would have tried to run it out so they wouldn't give up the safety. Nursich at quarterback. They're getting in the I formation. A handoff to Pepe. Really puts a hit on Chris Luoma. The 215-pound senior, two-year starter. And the tackle is only about 1.5 yard pickup, if that.
Now, Euclid does not have the services of their fullback Mario Hall, who is ineligible, and they certainly could use him. They'll be rotating a couple of guys at the fullback position, Reichman, and as you mentioned, Hall in there. So right now, there obviously is no fullback. You got Pepe alone, and Rashawn's in motion.
Screen pass, and they read that beautifully. Receiver was Jernigan, and reading that was Derek Stetter. No gain at all. Good defense.
They're real smart defense. They really do stay at home.
That's one where the ball carrier goes back and says to the offensive line, hey, block the guys in the white shirts.
Please.
It's going to be a 3rd and 8. Neither team has been able to converge on the 3rd down possession. Yursich looks and completes that right there for interception. No, that was a completion to Jernigan. Kirschbaum in on the stop. First down.
Mike, as we mentioned earlier, the key is to get Jernigan in the offense. Great catch by Rashawn. The key is to get him into the offense and make him be the man to win the game or lose the game for Euclid, because it's obvious both teams are stacking up against Green and Pearson.
Pitch back to Pepe and breaks a couple of tackles and gets close to a first down. Maybe about 3 yards shy. Chad Scoms, number 85, the 200-pound outside linebacker. There he is.
That's Chris Luoma, who has 25 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. A lot of times he will come in if he's not blocked in a spot vacated, but right there he was whammed by the fullback.
He got caught peeking is what he did there, and he paid the price.
Second and 4. Got him down, all three. Reichman with his first carry, and he is stopped at the 24-yard line.
Here's what Menor has done this year against the run. In the conference, they have given up a half a yard a carry, Mike and Ron. They've only given up 1 touchdown in the conference this year. Very good rushing D.
3rd and 4. Pitch to Pearson. Pepe gets to about the 20, and it's going to be a yard shy of a first down. Well, what do you do, Ron? Go for it?
You go for it, definitely, yeah. Unless you got a guy that's got a great kicking leg, you know, I think you got to go for it.
They're only 0 for 1 in field goal attempts.
This is a defensive game. I go for it. Not going to get many chances being down this far, so just go.
Well, that's the second time they've been in the red area on Menor. So 4th and a yard at the 20. 4:14 remaining.
See how many people follow Jernigan if he goes in motion.
Stacked eye.
He does not.
Pepe gets outside and gets the first down. Great individual effort, but it looks like a fumble.
Boy, what great patience he showed there. He picked his hole, took his time. 4th and 1. A lot of people they feel like they got to get it now. They got to go, go, go. He really kind of picked his hole and made a great cut upfield.
They're going to run around the right side or through the right side with Sean Thompson, Jim Schomp. These are big kids, 260 and 250. There's Pepe Pearson against Maple Heights this year. 8 carries, a 22-yard average running the ball in that game. And then against Mayfield, 11 carries, 139 yards, 12.6. This kid can put him up, pick him up, and bring him down.
Well, he had the first down, Pepe did. He fumbled it, recovered by Euclid, and they had a measure to make sure it was enough for the first down. And it is. That now is the second first down for Euclid with 3:48 to go in this scoreless first quarter. But the Panthers are knocking on the door. They're at the 19. Single back in motion. Rashawn. Handoff to Reitman, and he bowls his way as he crosses the 15 and runs into John Kirschbaum. That was Pearson on the carry.
Well, I think with Jernigan lined up as a wing back and going in motion the way he does, that helps alleviate a little bit of the crunch there at the line of scrimmage for Pepe. I mean, he's averaging about 7.9 yards a carry this year, so he gets a lot every time he touches the ball.
So here Charles Hall is in at fullback. He gets his head down and picks up a couple of tough yards. Jason Cottrell in on a stop, number 43. Charles Hall, a junior, at 160. There's Coach Kirschbaum, and he's got himself quite a record at Mender. He did a great job at St. Ed's. 8 years at Mender at 51-28, 14 years, 106, 42, and 1.
In 1979, he took North Ridgeville to a 10-0 record, and they didn't even qualify for the playoffs. And we'll tell you what happened at Lakewood after the next play to him.
Bummer.
3rd and 4. That's a real bummer.
I think he said more than that.
Again, pitch back to Pepe. And he gets the first down, but he's wrestled down by Bill Putney.
Well, Putney is the man who plays behind Chad Green, so he gets a lot of offensive opportunities. And these defensive backs of Menor, they stay in their areas, and they're pretty sure tacklers. So that was a big play by Putney to keep him from getting into the end zone. Getting back to Dick Kirschbaum, in 1983, I believe, at Lakewood, he took them to a 9-1 record, and they did not get in the playoffs. So he's trying to get his team into the playoffs tonight. Needs some help, though.
Stacked eye again for Euclid.
First man through.
That's the fullback. That is Jernigan.
Well, they're trying to hide Jernigan. I think they put a big offensive lineman in front of him and just kind of slid Jernigan right behind him.
Well, this is really Rashawn's territory. A year ago, he scored 27 touchdowns, and as we've alluded, was the offensive player of the area, according to the PD staff. So he knows what's happening down near the goal line.
I love this formation, Mike.
Yes, this is the Wolfley formation.
Yes, it is. 2nd and goal from the 2. Trying to force him way in, but doesn't quite make it. The defense is held, but so Jernigan at 5'9" and 170 pounds. I'll tell you, leading ground gainer last year and the offensive player of the Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, we asked last week, did Tommy Vardell get in the end zone? And they said no. Rashawn tried to pull that thing and scoot it across the line, but they said no go, about an inch or two away.
3rd and goal from the 1. Again, the stack. Number 55, Brian Peoples at 210 will lead the blocking. That's it. Touchdown.
Well, we can look back to that going for it on 4th down as a key play here. But Rashawn just got it over. Rashawn Jernigan with the score.
Well, that gives him his 9th touchdown rushing. Not bad for a wide receiver. Adam Norris will be trying for the point after. Rusich will be holding. The left-footed kicker cannot get it up and get enough height. So with 27 seconds remaining, first quarter, Euclid takes the lead, 6-0.
We didn't think last week missing an extra point was that crucial early in the game when Kenston played Twinsburg, and Kenston scored first, did not make their extra point. As we take a look at this try here, it didn't look like a big thing at the time, but then Twinsburg came back to nip them with a touchdown and an extra point late in the game. Perhaps the same kind of scenario tonight, we don't know, but Euclid has been able to score first, and when they get ahead, they're tough to stop.
Well, there were 3 guys who walked over to the sideline looking at each other, and it was a snapper who was looking at the holder was looking at the kicker, and the kicker was looking at each of the other 2. They definitely weren't going to look at the head coach, Hill.
Rob Harum will be kicking for Euclid. The deep people for Mentor will be Chad Green and Bill Putney. Both of them have run back punts. 2 for Green and 1 for Putney.
Well, I think you squib it in the same way that Mentor did to Euclid. You squib it here.
It's taken at the 22-yard line. One, and he's caught out of bounds. What a great run back
That's Putney.
by Bill Putney. Wow, what a great athlete.
Look what Putney has done offensively this year. He averages 7.3 yards a carry from the line of scrimmage. And Bill with a nice run back. Just gets him over the midfield line there on the 45-yard line. He's a 6'2 junior at 190 pounds.
Well, they're into Euclid territory now, the Cardinals are. First down from the 45.
There's Green.
Defense just tightening up.
Well, that's exactly what you want, I'll tell you. You know, after you give up 7 points, you come back and get a nice return like that, and I think it's important now that Mentor tries to capitalize.
Well, talk about ball control, Rob. Look at that, 720, 41 yards, 13 plays. That ends the first quarter with the Panthers on top, 6-0. We'll be right back.
Next time on Nova. During a vacation, hikers in the Italian Alps made an incredible discovery. 5,000 years before, another hiker had walked this same path.
I think it's one of the most significant finds that have been made recently.
Can scientists learn more about life in the Stone Age? What clothes they wore? What tools they used? Will these ancient remains yield the secrets of the Iceman? That's next time on Nova.
Join us for Nova Tuesday at 8. Now back to more high school football action on WVIZ.
Welcome back to DiBiaseo Stadium. Euclid on top by 1 touchdown, in the conversion for the extra point did not work. Coach Kirschbaum has got to be happy with his defense so far, but the offense has not been able to generate much momentum.
So far, but they've scored this year. As you know, they're averaging over 30 points a game. They can generate the offense. They just have not done that so far in this game, but they can generate it.
Again, the I formation, then split to the far side, the flanker Pastore to the near side. And they get it to Chad Green! And he's going to break it!
Wow!
55 yards.
And he was gone in a wink.
Did anybody say offense?
They can generate it, and they do.
What
There's
a
really
hole.
nothing mysterious about this. And we're talking earlier with Chad Green in the week when we went to Mentor and did a story on him for News Center 8. He calls his offensive line the Clydesdales. Let's take a look at some of these guys. Create the hole, and he shoots right through. Perfect job of blocking, taking care of the front of Euclid, and we may have a Mentor lead if this extra point is is good. And boy, that's demoralizing when it comes that quick. Wow.
Bob Howland, the big guy at 230, 13 of 19.